Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a really thought-provoking article by Dambar Singh Saad that looks at what feels like a major turning point in Nepal's political landscape. He does an amazing job of capturing this unique moment, and his analysis gives us a fantastic way to understand what's really going on. So, let's get into it.
So, Saud kicks things off with this incredibly powerful idea. He says Nepal is in a political 0 hour. Now, this isn't just about the next election. No, this is way bigger. It's that moment when the old ways of doing things have completely lost their credibility, creating this vacuum, and with it a huge opportunity for something brand new to emerge.
So what exactly does he mean by 0 hour? Well, it's not just about swapping out one leader for another. It's about hitting the reset button on the entire philosophy of how the country is run from the ground up. We're talking about totally rethinking how leaders are chosen and what the government's basic responsibility to its people even is.
Okay, so you have to ask, how did we even get here? Why is this 0 hour happening right now? To get that, we need to look at the deep, systemic problems that have been building for years, leading to this massive public disillusionment.
And this slide really lays it bare. For decades, the major political parties were basically closed shops. There's no real internal democracy. The same few leaders called all the shots. Nepotism and cronyism were just how things worked, which meant capable, honest people were pushed aside in favor of those who were just loyal. Politics became a shortcut to personal wealth, not a way to serve the public. And that, right there, is why so many people, especially the youth, just lost all faith in the system.
But you know, nature abhors a vacuum, and so does politics. Out of this frustration and decay, a new force is starting to take shape. And it's not just another party trying to play the same old game. It's a direct response to all those failures. We're talking about the Rashtriya Swatantra Party, or RSP.
And wow, this comparison just puts the difference in black and white. On the left, you've got the old playbook, closed-door decisions, cronyism, and zero transparency. Then, boom, look at the right. The RSP is proposing a system built on open participation. We're talking internal primary elections, a selection process based on actual merit and public disclosure of assets. It's a complete culture shock for Nepali politics.
And this isn't just talk. They've actually designed a formal process to make it happen. It starts with a real framework to evaluate candidates on things like ethics and leadership. Then there's actual training. But the real game changer, party members get to vote for their candidates directly through a mobile app. They've also baked in rules for inclusivity and a serious ethical vetting system, which even includes a none-of-the-above option. They're trying to build fairness right into the DNA of the party.
And it all boils down to their core slogan, which translates to, "Now we will choose the competents." It's so simple, but so powerful. It's a direct shot at the old system of patronage and perfectly captures what people are desperate for: competence over connections.
But here's the thing. The article is really clear that this whole shift isn't just about a single political party. It's much, much bigger than that. It's a broader movement, and it's being fueled by a new wave of independent leaders who are shaking things up in their own ways.
Yeah, these are the people who have become the faces of this new political era. They represent a different kind of politics, one that's based on actual performance, on integrity, and on having a real connection with the people you're supposed to serve.
So let's meet some of the key players here. You've got Balan Shah, the mayor of Kathmandu, who's just showing everyone what's possible when you combine technical skill with real political will. Then there's Kulman Gising, who proved you can bring about massive change even from inside a state-run institution. Ravi Lamachane has been a huge force in channeling all that public anger into a political movement. And you've also got figures like Harka, Gopi, and Sagar, who are providing the intellectual horsepower behind it all.
Okay, so you have all these separate streams of change flowing. What happens when they start to merge? Well, this is where the story gets really interesting, because the article points to a massive development. This is it. A truly historic agreement has been made, bringing together the organized structure of the RSP with the incredibly popular, results-focused leadership of Balan Shah. This alliance could be the moment these alternative forces truly unify into something powerful.
And this wasn't just some photo op. They've agreed on some pretty crucial things. This is their shared vision. They've promised to always put the country and its people first, to bring all the capable and honest people together, and to actually listen to the demands of the youth protest movements. They've even laid out a bold 10-year roadmap for Nepal's development. It's a blueprint for real systemic change.
Now, according to Saad's analysis, you absolutely cannot understand this movement without talking about the next generation. They aren't just a side story, they are the engine driving this whole thing forward.
I mean, think about it. This is the generation that grew up with the internet in their pockets. They're connected, they're smart, and they are deeply, deeply skeptical of the old political promises. They don't want slogans, they want to see results. They demand transparency, and they are not afraid to hold leaders accountable. They are the fuel for this fire.
But, okay, let's be realistic. The road ahead is not going to be easy, and the author does a great job of thoughtfully laying out some of the huge challenges this new political force is going to have to face. There are some very real risks here. Can they avoid it all becoming about just one or two charismatic people? Can they build institutions that will actually last? Are they going to be tempted to make popular decisions that aren't actually good for the country? And of course, there's the massive learning curve of actually being in charge. These are the make or break tests that lie ahead. But the article ends on such a hopeful and powerful note with this core idea. The ultimate goal, the true promise of this 0 hour, is to bring politics back to what it was always supposed to be, a form of public service, not just a mad dash for personal power and gain.
And so, this political crisis in Nepal isn't just about what's been broken or lost. As Dambar Singh Saud sees it, it's a rare, historic opportunity. It is a chance to build an entirely new political culture from the ground up, one based on competence, integrity, and accountability. The big question now is, can this new generation of leaders and citizens actually seize it?